Hello, everyone. So, today, welcome to Field Study. We will be learning about field study. But before we begin, let me ask you a question. Have you ever imagined yourself standing in front of a classroom? How about responsible for shaping the mind of the young learners? What do you think will be the most challenging part of teaching? Is it the lesson planning, a classroom management, or maybe handling different kinds of students? So the truth is, teaching is a complex profession, and no books or literature can fully prepare you for what happens inside a real classroom. So this is why field study is one of the most crucial subject in teacher education. It gives you the chance to observe, reflect, and practice what you learn in your coursework. So, in today's discussion, we will go deeper into the different aspects of field study and its content, of course. So, I want you to listen carefully and take notes because what we discuss today will shape your journey as a future educator. So, before that, let us define what is field study. So, field study is a structured experiential learning program that allows prospective teacher to observe, analyze, and participate in actual setting. So, unlike theoretical courses, which focuses on which focuses on the principles and concept, so field study immerses future educator in the real school environment, enabling them to witness and understand the complexity of teaching and learning. Now, let's move to the first content here in our field study, the school environment. So here is a different environment in school. So, but before that, I want you to imagine. You are going to imagine. Imagine you are walking in the school for the first time. So you're walking in the school for the first time, not a student, but a teacher, okay, or a future teacher. What do you notice? The way that the classrooms are arranged, the presence of learning resources, the behavior of students during breaks, and and even the discipline print policies. These all form part of the school environment. So here, let's move to the physical environment. So physical environment is the layout of the classroom. As we all know, this is the layout of the classroom. The availability of instructional materials and the presence of technology can impact learning. So if a school is well equipped library and digital resources encourages independent learning. Now let's move to the social environment. The relationship between teachers, students, and staff contribute to a positive learning atmosphere. So, a school that promotes collaboration and mutual respect and, among the teachers and the students foster better engagement because social interaction within your peers, within your classmates, or within your coworkers are very important and has a big impact on the learning. Now, the culture environment, the values, tradition, and norms of the school, how students interact and learn. So let us not be biased. Let us not stereotype those learners, or those yes, learners that have different culture, religion, or traditions that they believe. For example, multicultural schools celebrates different festivals to promote inclusivity. So this is an example of cultural environment. Now, let's move on to the learner's diversity, developmental characteristic, and the needs and interests. So, we have here a different development and the interests and the learning preferences of the students. So, one of the biggest mistake a teacher can make is to assume that all students learn in the same way. So, this is one of the teacher mistakes. But I guess in today's generation, this is not the teachers are now aware that the students have these different kinds of um, learning. So every student is different, not just in terms of intelligence, but also in their experiences, interests, and personal struggles. So let's discuss the cognitive development. So here in cognitive development, some students grasp concepts quickly, while others need more time. For example, students who enjoy solving puzzle may excel in logic-based activity, while another student might prefer storytelling as well a way as a way to learn concepts. So here in the cognitive, the students have different learning styles. So we must accept that, and we must be aware on the different learning styles of the learners. Now is the emotional and social development. So some students are outgoing while others may be struggling with what I mean is struggling with their confidence. So, for example, a shy student might need encouragement to participate in work group. So, social development is very important also in learning, because in having a collaboration or or socializing with your classmate or peers can help you boost your confidence, as well as building building your mm, what about this socialization with your classmates. Now is the interest and the learning preferences. So some students prefer hands-on activities, while others learn best through reading and writing. So here are the effective teaching strategies in these different or the learner's diversity. So the first one is use differentiated instruction to cater the various learning styles of your learners or to the learners. Second one is incorporate real examples to make the lesson relatable. And the third one, or the last one, is that provide opportunities for the both independent and collaborative learning. Now let's move on to focus on gender, culture, socioeconomic status, and indigenous people. So you're going to imagine you are in a teaching class. You are teaching in a classroom where students come from different backgrounds. So some students speak different language or different first language, right? Maybe it be a Bicolano, English, Filipino, Tagalog, or any language. So some came from a wealthy family, yeah, while others struggling with financial difficulties. So as a teacher, how do you create learning environment where everyone feels valued and included? So here are the key challenges and solutions in that. The first one is gender sensitivity. So avoid gender stereotyping. in teaching materials and classroom interaction. For example, instead of saying boys are good at math and girls are good at reading, encourage all students equally so that they will not feel um, they will not feel excluded or being bullied. The second one is cultural sensitivity. So respect students' background and tradition. For example, if students observe religious fasting, be mindful of their energy level during physical activities. So the um the energy level of this learner that is in fasting is not 100% or is not same as the one who is not in fasting. So we should be aware on be mindful in that. So, the third one or the last one is addressing socioeconomic differences. So, provide learning opportunities for students with limited resources. For example, assign projects that do not require expensive materials so that all students can participate equally. So, here, in assigning a project, you can also assign projects that is indigenous or we can see here localized we can see in our surrounding so that we are not going or these learners were not going to buy some expensive materials for their projects. Now, here, creating instructional materials. So these are the types of instructional materials. But before that, instructional materials are more than just a textbook. They include visual aids, technology, and even real-world objects that help students understand lesson better. For example, so here is the types traditional materials. These are the textbook, the charts, and the flashcard. Here in the digital tools, these are the PowerPoint presentation, the educational videos, and the interactive apps. And in the manipulatives, these are the objects students can touch or interact with, like blocks for math. In for example, you are teaching. For example, you are teaching fraction. So what would you prefer? Using a textbook or cutting a real pizza or to demonstrate or like using blocks to demonstrate one half. So most of us would prefer using these manipulative things, right? Or these manipulative objects for us for the learners to be more to have a better understanding. Okay, now let's move to the classroom management and classroom routines. So, a well managed classroom is like a well oiled machine. It runs smoothly because students know what is expected of them. So, herein is the effective classroom management. Number one is establish clear rules and expectation from the start. Number two is use positive reinforcement rather than punishment. And the last one is develop consistent routine to create a structured learning environment. Here, you are going to imagine a classroom where students entered silently or quietly, submit their homework, and start a 1 hour warm up activity immediately compared to compared to a classroom that is where students enter talking loudly unsure of what to do. So which one do you prefer? Which one do you think leads to a better learning? It is the first one, right? That the learners enter the room quietly and doing their homework. So that is one way, or that is also how classroom management and routine helps the students to have a better learning. Now we will move into the physical and personal aspect of a classroom management. Have you ever walked into a classroom and feel comfortable or focused? Or maybe you've been in a classroom that feels chaotic and distracting. What makes the classroom different? So, a classroom management is not just about rules and discipline. So, it means that the classroom management is also includes how the classroom is arranged and how teacher carries themselves as a professional. So we have here three physical aspects of the classroom management. The first one is the classroom layout and organization. So here, a well-organized classroom promotes engagement and reduce distraction. The second one is use of space. So the placement of the placement of the learning materials or the teacher's desk and students' areas are all affect learning. So, for example, a reading corner with comfortable chairs can encourage independent learning. So lighting and ventilation. A well-lit and airy classroom improves students' concentration. So lighting and ventilation is very important in a physical or in a classroom setting. Now, move on to the personal aspect of the classroom. The first one is the physical. Right now, let's move to the personal. So, teacher presence. The teacher presence is very important because this is how a teacher moves, how a teacher speaks, and how she interacts or set the tone for the classroom. For example, a teacher with a calm and confident voice establishes authority without intimidation. Second one, building relationship. So teacher who show empathy and respect earn student trust. So empathy and respect are very crucial in learning. So the last one is consistency in discipline. So fair and consistent rules ensure order without fear or resentment. So your discipline should be consistent so that your learners will not be confused on what to do. Yes. Now let's move to the close encounter with the school curriculum. So here are the as a future educator, you will not just deliver lesson. You are going to work also within a structured curriculum that guides what, when, and how you teach. But have you ever wondered how a curriculum is designed and why certain topics are included? So here are the components of a school curriculum. Number one is the learning standard and competency. So this defines what the student should know and be able to do. Second one is the content and the subject matter. So the topics and the concept cover in different subjects and different subject, or these are the content that you are going to teach to the learners. Third one is the teaching strategy and approaches. So these are the method used to deliver the lesson effectively. And the last one is the assessment method. These are the tools for evaluating students' learning. So this is the formative assessment. It would be like a matching type, an essay, multiple choices, identification, whatever you like that is suited and aligned to your learning objectives. Now, preparing teaching and learning. So here are the key steps in lesson preparation. The first one is the setting clear learning objectives. So define what student should achieve. So being clear, your objective should be clear and concise so that your learners will know what they will achieve after the lesson. Second one is selecting teaching strategy. So in selecting teaching strategy, or you should choose the method that is suited, that is best suited to the topic and to the learners. The number three is gather instructional materials. So prefer visual aids, technology, or hands-on materials because we all know that our learners have these different learning styles. And the last one is designing assessment. So plan activity or quizzes and performance tasks. Here is an example question. A teacher is developing a lesson plan that considers students' diverse learning needs, languages, and strengths. Which approach is most effective? Is it A, B, or C? C and D. What's your answer? Okay, let's check. Let's check first here in letter D. Use a rigid curriculum that does not change based on students' need. It's incorrect. Why? Because a rigid curriculum does not consider diversity of students' backgrounds, learning styles, and abilities. So, since we are looking to the diverse learning needs, so learning should be flexible to adapt students' need, ensuring everyone has an opportunity to success. How about letter C? Let's check. Focus only on students who require additional support. Hmm? Focus only on students who need additional support. It's incorrect because while it is important to support struggling students, focusing only on them neglects those who are advanced or learning at an average pace. So, effective teaching means addressing all the needs of learners, not just those who need extra help. How about letter B? Teaching all students in the same way to maintain equality. Teaching all students? It is incorrect because teaching all students the same way assumes that everyone learns at the same pace and they are learning in the same pace or in the same manner. So which is very unrealistic to us now. So, while equality means giving everyone the same instruction, equity ensures that students get the support they actually need to success. So, D, C, and B are all incorrect. So, the correct answer is letter A. Implementing differentiated instruction that allows students to learn way that suit them. It's because differentiated instruction is an effective approach because it acknowledges that students have different learning styles, strengths, and needs. So it allows teachers to modify content, process, and assessment to meet the students to meet students where they are. So before we end this session or this discussion, I will leave this message. So teaching is not just about delivering lesson. It's about understanding students, adapting to their needs, and creating an environment where everyone can thrive. So as we move forward, Keep an open mind and a reflective attitude. Remember, the best teacher are those who never stop learning. So that's end for our discussion today. Thank you.